Hiring an attorney is a really tough thing to do. And it can even be tougher when you find yourself, after hiring an attorney, feeling the need to change attorneys because you're not particularly happy with the attorney that you have. Here's one of the things that I tell people on a regular basis. First, call your attorney and talk to them. And this may sound like I may be talking about attorneys, but it could be representative as well. Call your representative. Talk to them first. A lot of times the reason why people are frustrated about their process, about having a representative, is because they're not talking to them as much, they're not sure what's going on. And before you decide that you want to jump ship and go to another representative, speak to your representative first so that you can get a clear understanding of what your expectations are and what they're doing for you. Second, if you do decide that you want to switch to another representative, make sure you get it in writing. And what I mean by this, meaning ask them to provide you something indicating that you're going to withdraw. They're going to withdraw as your representative. And if they don't want to do that, you can just send them a letter telling them that you no longer wish to have their representation. Keep a copy of that letter for yourself so that if you decide to go to another representative, you can show that representative that you have formally discharged the other one. A lot of times people come and they go shopping for representatives, but they don't take the opportunity to properly discontinue their working relationship with the attorney or representative they had before. Finally, find out whether or not that representative is going to ask for fees later. Most people don't recognize that when you terminate or that attorney or representative withdraws, they have a right to reserve their rights to get monies for the work they've done in your case. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means if you get approved, Social Security will typically earmark a portion of the money that you had from your back pay to pay any representatives that you had in the case. So what happens is, if there's more than one representative and they're not working for the same firm, those representatives would basically have to ask Social Security, what we call a fee petition, to pay them for the work that they've done. When you have attorneys or representatives who are no longer in the case, that becomes especially important because of the fact that if they've done some work for you, they want to be compensated. So by doing that, they're earmarking the government to let them know that they want to get paid for the work that they've done. That's important for two reasons. One, and I tell people, because sometimes I've had people who will contact their representative and say, I need you to stop, to withdraw and not have you reserve your rights for attorney fees. I'm going to tell you right now, if the person's done any work for you in your case, it's going to be very hard for them to waive their rights to whatever monies they may be entitled to receive. Secondly, that's very important because when you go to hire another representative, they're going to want to know that. Why? Because if they win your case and the person has waived fees, then Social Security, that's assuming they're participating in the direct deposit program, can just pay the person who represents you directly. However, if they haven't waived their rights, that means they have to take the time and do an itemization of all the work they've done and have to prove to Social Security they should be compensated. Sometimes representatives don't want to deal with that. And I tell you that to say, if you run across somebody and you're trying to find a new rep and you can't figure out why nobody takes your case, sometimes that happens where they don't want to go through the hassle of having to petition for their fees. So keep those things in mind. You're well within your rights to hire whoever you want to represent you, because hiring somebody is a very big decision. Just make sure that you take it upon yourself to take the necessary steps to properly sever your relationship with your other representative before you hire someone else.